think the thing about sketchbooks as a professional tool is that, as far as I know, like all artists and designers in some way or another use a sketchbook or some sort of tool, whether it's an actual physical book or a blog or something to capture their ideas. It's hard to say from a professional standpoint, like what everybody uses them for, because everybody uses them differently. But there's kind of like some core elements that go in. Obviously sketches that you're making for whatever project you're doing and sort of thinking that way, but also just writing out, everything from brainstorming ideas to like lists of things that you need to buy. What I wanted to do for my students as I started to address my curriculum was to teach them how to use a sketchbook, which seems so, like I said, it seems like you should know how to do it, but it's kind of like having a personal trainer. It's like, yeah, you know how to lift the weights up, but you need, having somebody show you maybe a little bit different technique of how to do it properly gets you a little bit more effectiveness out of it. So for me, I broke it into these like strict sort of compartmentalized components of obviously like sketching, just drawing, but also brainstorming and what I call input, which is all that capturing of other influences. Well, I think the biggest thing that makes a professional artist or designer think like a professional is the understanding that projects take a lot of time and there's different aspects. It's not just the end product. As much as like as much as you want the end product to be good, there's a lot of stuff that goes into making that end product. And so for me, the sketchbook is that bridge. It's the how you think your way through a problem. It takes a while to get there, and it takes a lot of repetition. And so what I found is just breaking the sketchbook into these kind of manageable chunks gives the students a goal so that they kind of know what we always talk about. Like no matter sort of what department, it's always like research. What's your research about? And that's sort of one thing. It's sort of like research kind of comes to me what you're interested in or what your work is about. But there's a whole other part about how you actually do your research, how you go about turning what you're interested in into something that you can write a paper or make an art project out of. I don't want to boil what I teach down to just this technical thing of what printmaking is, but I want to give them something, some sort of set of tools that hopefully they'll take and be able to shape and mold to anything that they do, whether they're a painter or a sculptor, or they're going to go on to be an audio engineer for a recording studio or something, something like that they can still use that way of thinking through a problem and breaking it down into manageable bites that they can then work with. And then that ability to reflect, like when I ask students to write a conclusion, to write a reflection on a project, what I look for in those is when the student becomes sort of self-aware, when they go, this is what I got right, this is what I'm going to do better next time. And because I think maybe that's the thing that separates that professional mentality from the student mentality, is that part of being a professional is that you're always learning. And students sometimes they're very goal-oriented. I want to get this done and move on to the next thing. And professionals, I think, are always looking for how they can keep learning more about their craft or about what they're doing to make it better.